Already, you know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling bling body. Calling all the shots, ring ring.
Hey guys,
body.
welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashana. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing another story time, and this story time is about the time my white friends in quotes stopped inviting me out because I was stealing all the attention. Oh Lord. Okay, this one might start some problems, but my story, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, my story. All right, so was fairly new at the time, and I was very hesitant to go anywhere or do a lot of spending, because if you know my story and you've been watching all my story times, you know when I came here it was work, go back home, pay for school, pay for everything that I have to pay for, and pretty much that's it. Because when I was in Jamaica, I was going to school full time. At one point I was working in Jamaica as well. For the most part it was going to school full time and paying for school. So I used to try and save up as much as I can to make sure that when I go back to Jamaica I don't have to worry about working or having anybody take care of me or anything like that. So when I come here, bust my ass, okay? Bust my ass, work 3 jobs, 2 jobs, just so I can not have to depend on anybody. So I was very hesitant to go out and spend any money. So when it comes on to party, non-existent. Like I come here, I didn't come here to party, and I made it known. Like I used to tell people like, hey, this is what it is, I'm here to work and make money and go home. I know they were tired of me. I might have said that statement like a million times at work. So anytime there was any kind of drama or anything that they want to pull me in, my first statement is I'm here to work and make my money and go back home. So everybody knew that, but for some reason, like I said, I feel like anytime people know that you don't want to do something, it makes them even more so pressuring you to do the thing that you don't want to do. So I remember my supervisor at the time, let's call her, I'm gonna name people again. Let's call her Meg. Okay, let's call her Meg. Okay, so my supervisor Meg was, and along with some of my other coworkers, were just like, okay, this is reggae nights. I know you don't want to go anywhere, but this is reggae nights and Jamaican, so let's at least go to reggae nights and it's going to be super fun and whatever. I didn't normally go out or anything, so it was like, oh, it's Tashana's debut into reggae nights, and everybody was, at the beginning of the night, everybody was good. All the girls were good and we were getting along and everything. So I remember we had something to eat and we're eating, talking, everything was good, the vibes was good. When it came time to take pictures, I remember that's where it kind of was like people started having like bad vibes, because one of the girls kept saying like, oh, Tashana is killing you bitches, blah blah blah, and she was laughing. She didn't want to get into any of the pictures, and I remember they were taking the pictures and she kept saying it and laughing and jeering them, and they were just looking, and I was kind of uncomfortable. I was like, maybe you shouldn't say that. And like, I've been in situations like this already where persons instigates things, and then once somebody starts saying something or comparing people, even though there's no competition on my part, I feel like people start getting uncomfortable and then they start behaving a certain way. So with that alone, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. Now here we go. So we're there, and the guys, I was super quiet. I wasn't really very talkative, and so I feel like everybody, the guys now, felt like that was their time to like talk to me. So I remember the guys were just like, oh, hey, da 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 da, and they kept like talking to me and whatever. I remember the girls went over to another side, and I was just standing there and looking and whatever. And you know when you kind of like trying to stay away from the girl that looked good so that you can have some type of attention for yourself, because everywhere I was, it was like the guys were coming over and talking to me. I was the only black girl there, so it could have just been like something new and something shiny in their eyes. So they were just like, oh, the black girl, blah blah blah, and coming over. I didn't really take it as anything. I was just like, whatever, because for one, I'm not interested. I wasn't interested in any of them, was not interested in any of them. So they kept coming over, and it just got like super weird. So now I remember, I don't know how we ended up separating, because remember I came with the girls, but for some reason I was over to the other side and they were over to the other side, so everybody part ways now, you know. And I remember one guy, they were dancing and I was looking at them dancing. I was there vibing, you know, Jamaican girls, it's reggae, so you know how people dance to reggae, cool and easy. So I'm there with my drink in my hand, I'm just cool and easy. And I saw them over there and they were doing some wild dances and no judgment. I was looking at them and I was just like, oh wow, that's how they dance to reggae. I was kind of just laughing to myself. I wasn't taking it seriously or anything like that. I remember the guy came over to me. I was like, you must be thinking these people are crazy. I might even insert a video. And he was like up on me and in my ears, all over me. And he was just there talking and there, whatever, trying to get behind me or whatever. And apparently this guy was a guy that they liked and found him to be like super cute, and he was somebody that got with a few of them. So I remember they were over to the corner and they were like, Tashana, no, run. And they were like looking at me and just telling me to stay away from the guy or whatever. But it's just like, I'm not interested in the guy, and if he wants to stand there and like keep my company, like that's nothing. But they were like, run and whatever. And I knew it was kind of like weird, because it was just like, why are you guys acting like I'm going to end up like sleeping with this guy at the end of the night or something? And apparently they said to me it's because he always go to the hand job, like he always gets hand jobs and he's just like super sexual and whatever, and I might be an idiot and go sleep with him. So they were trying to warn me. So anyways, what the girl, Meg, her boyfriend was there. I remember I had like purple braids. I wear this hairstyle because you know braids, once you have braids, they pretty much have it in for like a good month and a half, whatever. So I had this hairstyle for practically half of the summer. And Meg's boyfriend, I worked with him a couple times, and also he saw me a lot because I would work with Meg and he would come in to see Meg on random days. So he always saw my hairstyle. So he was drinking and I guess he was drunk, and he started looking at me and just like talking extra to me, and he was like, oh, it's Shannon, I love your hair, and your hair looks so nice. And I remember Meg look at him. No. Meg looked at him, and the look that she gave him was like, are you sure you want to say that? And I remember she actually said out loud, she was like, he must be drunk to be saying this. He must be drunk to be saying this, like, giving compliments to a girl while she's there. He must be freaking drunk for real. I guess he wanted to compliment me, but I don't know, like just compliment me like that's nothing. Like I don't feel no type of way. Like me and my partner would see girls and be like, I would show them girls and be like, look how her bottom nice or whatever. Like I'll compliment people, or he's allowed to compliment people, like that's not a big deal, you know. And I remember she was just like very upset, so that threw off the whole night already. So it was the girl constantly saying Tashana's killing you bitches. The guys that they liked were coming over to me, constantly talking to me. They separated themselves, and then lastly now the boyfriend freaking complimented me. I was like, oh, I love your hair, blah blah. I was constantly talking to me. At the end of the night, guy that was talking to me, I guess was, I don't know what was going on, like a bunch of stuff was going on, and I guess the two sisters were talking to him or something, is what I got to understand, like after the fact. I guess he was giving one of the sister drugs so he could do what he was doing with her, and the other sister was actually with him at one point, and they started fighting. And what I'm getting to understand, they were fighting over him pretty much. So they started fighting and all of that. The next time I went to work, I just felt the vibe was off. The vibe was off. And I remember Meg saying to me that every time she goes out, before that she was saying to me, every time she goes out with them, it's always some type of drama or some type of fighting or something. And she always goes, though, she always goes back and still goes. She was just telling me that, like, in case anything happens, hopefully you have a good night, and this is what happens sometimes when we go out and whatever. Hopefully that doesn't happen while you're here, so you can enjoy your night, because this is like your debut into reggae night, whatever. So like I said, I got back to work now, and it was very, very weird. After that, it was just so weird, like, but the vibe was just off. So we were talking about what happened the night, or the fight that happened. I remember her saying, I'm not ever going back. And I was like, why are you not going back? Because you said this happened all the time, so what's the deal? I was thinking that to myself, and she was just like very weird and being very weird to me, and they were all just being like very awkward and just weird. And long story short, I feel like the reason why she didn't want to go back was because of she found it to be disrespectful, her boyfriend complimenting me. And after that, they all just started avoiding me, and they never ever tried to like invite me out again. Not that I wanted to go, like I said, I wasn't there to party, and I wasn't there to extra spending or anything like that, but they just all started acting very weird, and they just never invited me out again. When it come on to talking about the anything that was going on, or reggae nights or anything like that, they tried to make sure they didn't say anything. I remember one time I was working with this other girl. I was working with her, and she was saying something to me, and I think it slipped out. She was one of the girls that was fighting one of the sisters, and I remember her saying to me, like, sometimes the reason why people stop inviting you out is because you get most of the attention. And yeah, so that's the story time about how my white friends, quote unquote friends, stopped inviting me out because I was stealing the attention. Okay, and I'm going to be leaving you guys with takeaways. 1, don't be insecure. Don't be an insecure female. Don't be a why her and not me female. Men are going to choose who they want to choose. Men are going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do, and at the end of the day, I feel like the more you're wondering like why her and not me, like you're giving men your power. Like, don't give a man your power. Like, I feel like very few females see it as, I am the prize and he's lucky to have me, even though like he can easily lose that, and he can easily slip up and get caught up in a man. Like, I've been there before. But to not forget that we are the prize, and at the end of the day, if a man doesn't want you, like, that's it. And also, you're not going out for attention. Like, you're not going to a party to go for, well, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself. Oh my God. I feel like some people literally go out and go to bars just so they can get attention from men. But for me, I wasn't going there. I was just going there to have fun and whatever. And I feel like the more you let go and just be yourself and just be there, I feel like that's how attention comes to you. Like, don't try to force it and whatever. Yeah, don't blame the girl, don't punish the girl because the man. You don't have to use that to validate that the person is better than you, or the person look better than you, or anything like that, because men are weird, and they like it. Could have just been that they were making me out to be a fetish, which is not a compliment and is not a good thing. So yeah, never let a man make you feel insecure that the other person is better than you. Men are weird, and they are just weird. Okay. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. That's the end of the story time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.